What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-techno. And we're back with a tune from the late Tik Tok. Once again, RIP to Tik Tok, as Luca gets a nice back leg stretch there. And yeah, this one is with Kari, an artist who I first became aware of on one of the AAA releases, Chris Liberator's sub-label within the Stay Up Forever universe, though this one comes from Stay Up Forever proper, and this is Stay Up Forever, what number is this? Stay Up Forever 111. And yeah, ultimately we're going to listen to Filthy Punk Rockers, as I said, by Tik Tok and Kari. I will say, you know, I've mentioned before, my journey to acid-techno occurred via or by the way of punk rock, meaning I had begun going to punk rock shows for about a year or two. I then discovered electronic music. My brother introduced me to Goa Trance, and eventually, you know, there were times where I was like, man, I love that one sound in this track. What is that? And he's like, oh, it's, you know, the acid sound. There's whole genres about that. And as I've explained, the rest is history. Discovered acid techno and acid trance. I still like Goa Trance, fair to say, but also hardcore. Anything with acid became of interest to me. So when I discovered UK acid techno and Stay Up Forever and Rootmaster and Smitten, I was like, man, this is like the independent, like, you know, in the States, middle finger in the air, in the UK, you know, two fingers in the air. But it's like the conceptual cousin to punk rock. I felt like acid techno was the punk rock of the electronic music and rave world. And as it turns out, as I learned more and more, that a lot of the artists like Chris and Guy and others have backgrounds in punk, like not only, you know, going to shows, but actually making it, being in bands. So it felt very vindicating, or rather validating, when I noticed that there really was an overt connection between acid techno and punk rock, and a lot of acid people are punks. So this track, Filthy Punk Rockers, I just view as another chapter in that larger and longer story. So with no further ado, this is on the mighty Stay Up Forever label. Shout out to Chris and Aaron in particular, who I've gotten to know a little bit over the years. And this is a track by Tik Tok Taylor, RIP, as I said, and Kari, and it's called Filthy Punk Rockers. Acid Transformer style. Out voice or something. Factory alarm. In the like acid cricket territory. And that alarm, like beat rhythm, it really gives it this techno-industrial feel. Factory, train, pick your favorite metaphor. Bit of lasery acid. Euphoric too. It's like it's having it, but it's light, it's bouncy, it's fun. That at first it sounded like a voice sort of washed out. Now I don't know, but I like the subtle touch. Acidic madness. That alarm is a crucial ingredient. Massive flares so that it's worthwhile to do a long. And then here is when I would likely already be out. But again, it's not bad to have a long outro, long intro. You have options, but generally speaking, like if you don't want your mix the energy to drop and then have to come up again, and indeed, you could like have the new track blasting away and then just still have that going just for that last sample, which will happen like at a measure break, and then presumably the new track will kick into a new gear. So you can use all that. But like I said, I tend to be, like I do longer double drops, but I do try to get out of records before they really just break down to like a kick and a hat and a clap. So either way, top tune, and again, any track that draws the explicit connection between acid techno and punk rock, I'm always going to be a fan of. So Luca is too, but she's like alternating between sleeping in different positions, so she cannot offer her opinion on the matter. But once again, big shout out to Chris and Aaron and Julian as well, although I don't know him personally. Regardless, big shout out to Stay Up Forever, big shout out to an RIP Tik Tok Taylor, shout out to Kari. Let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.